All right, team, I'm going to teach you about the plunder limits real quickly. So if you go here to the plunder limits, if you look at this specific one, it appears to be low in resources, but it's not. It's good, because your total limit per day is going to likely be around 6 million. Some people are at 5.9, some people are at 6, some people are in the 7 range if you have a lot of troops on your marches. But so this one right now is at 22.8 million in gold, 10.2 million in iron, and 48.2 million in food. So if you go and look at those numbers, that's going to be 59% food. To do that math, all you got to do is add all three together, then divide the food number by the total of all of them combined. Then you do the same for the next. So 27% gold and only 14% iron. So for all 6 hits you get 3.54 of food, 1.6 million of gold, and I didn't do the math on the iron, but it's a whatever the two together would be. What is that? 5.2. Let's see, 5.14. So what does that end up being? That's just a hair under a million essentially. You're getting like 800,000 roughly. So if you're needing food, you would get 21.24 of food per day by hitting that one 6 times. That's 9.6 million of gold. Over the whole week, if you're doing the same thing, you can plunder 252 million total in resources. So you want to make sure that 252 million is split up to what you need. So if you're pushing 227, then you need iron. If you're pushing 230, you need tons of food. Once you get past 30, you need tons of gold. So you want to focus on the resource you need the most of. If you have the plunder skill that we've talked about a few times with the plunder skill from Warlord, you get 3 additional hits. That would bump you up from 2.52 million if you're at 6 million troop load up to 324 million. So imagine for a second if you're doing every single hit at around 90% food. You're searching for the bases that give you 90% of food. That one was only 62, but let's say you get some that are even better. And I've found some in the past, so I can show you how to look for those later if you'd like. But then you're going to be at 32.4 million times 0.9. So you'll get 291.6 million of whatever resource you're trying to get every single week, as long as you're doing those 6 hits. Now you get an additional, so those 9 hits, excuse me. If you're at the lower number, the 252, then it would bring you to 226.8. So you can be at 1 billion, and you're going to be at 1 billion of a resource of any sort at that 252, as long as you do your 6 hits per day, and you make sure that they have at least enough for 6 million. The thing has to have at least 6 million. So these 1Gs that we've been looking at, those aren't really necessary. As long as it has 6 million total in resource, you can plunder it all. So 226.8 is what you'd be looking at for most people per week. And if you did 90%, so if you did that over 4 weeks, you're right at you're right at a billion. So 1 billion of it is what you're trying to get to for typically chasing and getting to those next levels. That's a very big and important piece of being able to get to what you're trying to accomplish. And I'll go ahead and post this on YouTube now.